Hey folks, this will be a quick intro. We're back with a new video. This time we're taking a look at the new Razer Leviathan V2 soundbar. So without further ado, let's get started. The wait is over. Razer has finally released a new version of its Leviathan soundbar after almost 9 years. The original Leviathan came out way back in 2014 and was the company's first foray into the growing soundbar market. Razer has since released a mini version of the Leviathan and now this new iteration on the original. With the Leviathan V2, Razer has introduced a new design and added several new features. However, the company has also taken away a few elements that may reduce the number of people that could become interested in picking it up. The V2 is also more expensive than the V1, with an SRP of 15,790 pesos. That's over 6,000 pesos more than the original. So what do you get with the V2's higher price tag? Firstly, the V2 now comes in a more compact and boxier design for both the soundbar and included subwoofer, both of which come in a clean matte black finish. The soundbar is also a pound lighter than its predecessor, weighing in at only around 3 pounds. In spite of its slimmer and lighter design, Razer has actually added 2 additional drivers in the Leviathan V2. Apart from a pair of 95 by 48mm full-range drivers and 2 20mm tweeters at the front of the device, all of which have been upgraded by Razer. The rear now also houses 2 passive radiator drivers. Razer has also included 2 sets of feet for the soundbar, allowing users to adjust its angle to their preference. The Leviathan V2 will easily fit under most monitors, although it may sit more snugly under some. As for the included subwoofer, it's now heavier at 6.61 pounds, which is partially thanks to its slightly larger driver, measuring at 140mm. Lastly, the Leviathan V2 now comes with Razer's Chroma RGB Lighting, with a row of 16 down-facing lighting zones near the front of the soundbar. As expected, Razer's implementation of RGB lighting on the V2 is spot on. Both the actual LED strip and the well-diffused light it emits look great and can easily complement any setup. With the V2, Razer has reduced the number of physical buttons available on the soundbar. The source, Bluetooth, power, and volume adjustment buttons are still located at the top of the device. As for the surround sound and EQ buttons, they've been removed and relegated to software. The ports of the Leviathan have also been reduced to just a USB Type-C port, a port for the power adapter, and a proprietary port for the subwoofer's connector. Both the 3.5mm and optical audio ports have been removed, leaving the Type-C port as the only way to physically connect the device to your source. This means that you're mostly limited to using the Leviathan V2 with a PC or a laptop, unless you connect it via Bluetooth. Most of the controls and customizations of the Leviathan V2 can be found on Razer's Synapse software, or 2 separate mobile apps. Thankfully, we didn't run into any issues setting up and using Synapse 3 with the Leviathan V2, although your experience may differ, as the software has been known to be quite finicky. While it's possible to use the Leviathan V2 without Synapse, it'll lock you out of many of its features including EQ settings, THX spatial audio, and the Chroma RGB lighting. Weirdly, Razer has separate apps for controlling the Leviathan V2. There's the Razer Audio app for controlling the soundbar's audio functions, while the Chroma RGB app controls the lighting. While using 2 separate mobile apps is a bit cumbersome, each one was easy enough to navigate. However, the Chroma RGB app is a bit limited in the number of lighting effects it offers, and the EQ settings in the Razer Audio app can only be used while connected via Bluetooth. More importantly though, the Leviathan V2 sounds pretty great. It was surprising how clear and dynamic the output of the soundbar was. Add to that the subwoofer, which contributes a nice clean kick. The range and amount of detail the Leviathan V2 is able to output is impressive, with crisp highs, smooth mids and vocals, and punchy lows. It can also get really loud. Keeping it at only 30% volume was more than enough for it to fill up our small 16 square meter room, and then some, so it'll easily be able to handle larger rooms. Lastly, the THX spatial audio works pretty well, although your mileage may vary. Overall, the Razer Leviathan V2 is a pretty impressive soundbar, from its sleek new design to its excellent sound quality. It's a great option for a PC soundbar, barring any issues with its software. And while its reduced ports limit its usability, it does what it's able to do very well, whether you're gaming, listening to music, or watching a movie. At 15,790 pesos, it's definitely a pricey option, but those looking for a soundbar that offers great aesthetics and sound to add to their PC setup should definitely check it out. If you enjoyed this video or if you learned something, please like, subscribe, and leave us a comment. Let us know how we can make our videos better. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.